Good morning. I'm driving to work again. I apologize for the video quality. I guess if you're here, you're quite forgiving of that and understanding of that. But in the midst of just the busyness of life, this seems to be the time where I have enough of a pause to think and reflect and share in this way. So if you're here, great. And if you're finding, it hard to listen because of the rumbling in the background and the sounds inside the car, then that's fine too. So interestingly enough, through these videos, I've had a chance to meet a lot of wonderful, amazing people. And I guess that's one of the silver linings of cancer. It opened up a whole world that I had known nothing about before. It opened up considerations that were never things for me or our family to consider before. And even as a caregiver, as an occupational therapist, for years and years, I worked with people who had cancer, but it didn't give me the kind of window into this disease process and its impact on daily life that partnering with my spouse has done for me. So, but one of the silver linings, again, are the people that we've met. And early on, I met a woman in New York, and she lives just outside of New York City. And I met her because her family is also dealing with this, and her husband was diagnosed with a rare form of multiple myeloma similar to my husband, likely due to chemical exposures as well. And I had a chance to meet her and meet their family this past weekend in New York City. And it was just such a treat. I spent time, my daughter, she's 15 now, but when she graduated from high school, we were going to take a little mom-daughter trip together, and then that got postponed because Tim was diagnosed right after she graduated. So we put her trip on hold, and there never really seemed like a right moment to do it, but on Thanksgiving Day, I just bought tickets and said we're going, because in my heart, I just feel like life is too short to put things on hold, especially things that you really value with the people that you value. And we really needed to do this together, and I really needed to show up for her as a mom in the way that I did on this trip, and just make it happen, to let her know that she's a priority. So the trip was amazing. The one-on-one time with her was incredible. I feel like traveling solo with your kid, it's hard to say that she's my kid because she's 15, she's a young woman, but she's still definitely very much my daughter. It's like rekindling a love affair. I feel like your kids go through all the ups and downs of life, and life is really different when you're navigating it with, in our case, both kids and my husband, and just all the stuff that happens in our lives. Set aside cancer, just life, period. But taking the time to travel one-on-one. This past summer, we did it just for an overnight in Chicago, and that was incredible. This time around, we spent 4 days in New York City, and that was amazing. Another friend of mine generously arranged for us to stay in New York City at an acquaintance's home. They were incredibly welcoming and allowed us to stay in this house it was an apartment, but wow, it was beautiful and clean and big and open and spacious and centrally located. So the time was incredible. It was easy to get around. I was pleasantly surprised. I've York City once a long time ago, but this was, I've never really just spent time in the city like we did. And it made me think about like rekindling love affairs with anyone that we value. I feel like one-on-one time is precious, and really being intentional about how we spend time together. On this trip with my daughter, I let her set the agenda. I had a few things I wanted to do, but it was super, like, we planned it really a week or two ahead of time. We kind of mapped out a loose itinerary for each day, and I think we did all but 4 things on our itinerary, and we squeezed in a whole lot of other things. It was relaxing, but it was I felt like I just got to watch her, just like observe her, observing her surroundings and just ecstatically enjoying every moment. And I really got to appreciate the world of TikTok and what it opens up for our kids. I mean, many of the things that we did in New York City were a result of things she's learned about and observed on TikTok. And so thank you, School of TikTok. Our trip was incredible. Yeah, and she could navigate the subway and the city like nobody's business. So I don't know if that's just her good navigational skills, or if that's her savvy use of technology, or the app that the owner of the apartment told us about. It's called City Mapper. But it was awesome. And spending time with this other family was incredible. We got to go and ride the ferry from New York City over to Staten Island and back, and saw the Statue of Liberty, and just be in the moment with them, and kind of hearing about where he's at right now with his cancer journey. And there's a lot of parallels to where he's at and where's Tim's at. They're both youngish, middle-aged men dealing with something that was historically labeled an old man's disease. So I'm just appreciating all of that, and appreciating just the opportunity to get away for a few days, and the opportunity to make connections with people that we never would have met had we not been navigating what we are right now with cancer. So for the rest of you who I've had the chance to meet through our interactions here, I know you're a real person, and I know I'm a real person, but it would be so lovely for our paths to cross in that way at some point also. I feel like connecting through social media and through these posts is a beginning. And I look forward to like how life weaves our paths together at some point in a new way, if it does. So I think that's all I really have to share right now, but I just want to wish you a beautiful and blessed day, and